Hi, folks. Chris Voss here from the Chris Voss Show. The ChrisVossShow.com. Hey, so coming at you with top news for February 24th, 2015, or maybe you just watch this on another day for complete and utter entertainment, or just disgust, really. So let's start off with some news, shall we? Because that's what it's titled, top news. IDC.com. These guys are the folks that are the worldwide quarterly mobile phone tracker folks. They compile this data from the International Data Corporation. And this is the results of how Android and the other OSs in the marketplace are shaping up. So in essence, you have Android tightening its lead, going from a 2013 market share of 78.7% all the way up to 81.5% for 2014 in market share. So basically, worldwide market share is Android's at 81.15%. Definite increase in what they did, and rock and roll. Congratulations, Android. iOS went from 15.1% market share in 2013. It actually lost market share just slightly to 14.8%. Just a point, what is that, a 0.3% drop. They did very well this year because they, of course, expanded their larger iPhones, and that made a big difference. What remains to be seen, though, they note, is how Apple will sustain demand moving forward, as larger screens are among the last gaps in its product portfolio. So now, without the larger screens, it's going to have to compete on merit and specs, which it's 2 years behind on most of the specs. So it'll be interesting to see how that's going to shape up, since there's not really much exciting they can come out with after the bigger screens. So they lost market share on a slight edge, definitely some of it to Android, obviously. They did have a great fourth quarter and huge sales, but in spite of it, they still lost market share. Windows Phone actually went down in market share. It went from 3.3% in 2013 to 2.7% in 2014. Nothing really spectacular coming out of Windows Phone. So there's that. BlackBerry saw just, wow, it just keeps getting worse for these folks. 1.9% market share fell in 2014 to 0.4%. 0.4%. Is that any phones at all that there? I know AT&T has two BlackBerry phones that are coming out, and I was just really surprised. One still has a keyboard, so they're just not giving that baby up. Do you remember in the day when BlackBerry dominated the market like Android does? Wow, that's quite the fall from what they did. So iOS did sell some more units than they used to. They improved their unit sales by about 2.5% overall from fourth quarter market share in 2013 to 2014. So they actually did sell a little bit more in terms of percentages, but for as small as they control the market, really didn't make that big of a difference for them in the thing. And pretty much everyone else saw slightly market share losses when it came to the fourth quarter. So fourth quarter is big, and of course it always is for iOS, because that's when iOS launches the single phone that they have, and that's when its big blowout sale is. So well, they're going to do well in the fourth quarter every year, always. And it's always interesting to me, the pundits that are out there, the iSheep, who are constantly like, they did really well in the fourth quarter. It's like, dude, they sell in the fourth quarter, they're always going to kill. That's, if all the other phone markets held their phones back and only released in the fourth quarter or the first quarter, second quarter, they'd kill too. So that's that. Pebble has finally unveiled a color screen. About time, because I've reviewed Pebbles and have been impressed with them at all. It's just, with all the color screens that we have in smartphones, I'm like, really, you guys can't get a color screen? So kind of coming out with a color screen, it still doesn't look all that great to me. It looks really kind of, I don't know, what's the right word, hazy. And what's even interesting is they're trying to beat, of course, getting this to market ahead of the Apple Watch, because I'm sure that they're losing some sleep over it. I think the Apple Watch is going to be a bomb, but it's not going to be. It may not be a bomb, but it's just not going to be that great. Some people are professing that it's going to be the fucking second coming of the Messiah, and it's not. It's really not. These wearables, I've reviewed a ton of them. They're the most boring, awful things. And the other thing is too is the Apple. They already had to strip a whole mess of features off of the Apple Watch. They're fighting for battery life. And at best, you may get 3 hours battery life out of it. It's just going to be a joke from that aspect. People use wearables. People use these wearable watches and wearable devices for 3 months, and then they quit using them. And they put them in a drawer, and they forget about them. And yeah, iSheep are going to line up to buy Apple Watches because that's what iSheep do. But I think a lot of people are going to learn the hard way. So you can go on Kickstarter, and what's funny is the Wall Street Journal just put this story out this morning, and already on Kickstarter, it has a pledge goal. Wow, they broke 6 million in the time I was getting prepared to do this, so they were at 5 million. They're at 6 million of a $500,000 pledge goal with 31 days to go, and over 29,000 backers so far. So people love Pebbles. I think Pebbles are probably one of the best-selling wearables that are out there when it comes down to it. I don't know why. I hate the screens. So there you go. Other top news that we have this month, or this today, I should say. In a privacy update, Reddit tightens restrictions on nude photos. Is coming to us from bits and blogs in the New York Times. Reddit's curtailing people and telling them that no more uploading of nudes and people having sex and videos and stuff like that, or pictures or whatever, unless you have their express permission to post them, which is probably going to be hard. So interesting. Reddit is starting to grow up. You know, they had the jailbait group years ago that got in trouble, and some of the people that were the moderators got outed in public, lost their jobs, took a huge public punishment for it. So yeah, it's any photos or videos of people engaged in sex or nudity, you have to have prior consent to have it. And of course, you know, Reddit's having to come under pressure of growing up, and also, you know, copyright infringements. A lot of movie stars were really pissed off about that latest breach of their Apple software that caused them to have their photos dumped out into the public market of them. I suppose they're sexting photos when it came down to it. So there you are. Reddit is finally growing up. They've got new money. They've got a female CEO, which I'm sure is going to take a different tact of line, especially since she's the key litigant in a sexual harassment lawsuit against a VC firm in Silicon Valley. She most likely is going to make some changes to that site to make it grow up, and I suppose be less. It's kind of interesting that she's a key litigant in a lawsuit about sexual harassment and female rights, and now she's the CEO of Reddit. It's like Reddit has some serious problems with females and respecting females' rights, especially when it comes to posting those pictures and videos, and of course other things they discuss there. There's some really dark parts of that website, but you know, there you go. I guess it's going to grow up and do well, and maybe someday we'll see it as a future Facebook. How would that be? That would be kind of interesting. So in other news, we have Facebook announcing they're introducing an ads manager app, and basically they have an app now. I guess it's only out on the iOS product for now. Boo. Yes. And you'll be able to track your ad performance, existing ad budgets and schedules, receive push notifications, create ads, all that good stuff. So you can go ahead and harass all those wonderful people on Facebook with your nascent ads that you're constantly going, what is this again? Why does this appeal to me? So there you are. You have an app now where you can run all the harassment profiles on Facebook. Product line. We always end with a product. Cool new product that we had some other ones come in. You'll have to tune in tomorrow for those though. But this is the 9 Cruiser, and as you can see, it's kind of cool looking when it comes down to it. It's a special Bluetooth speaker, and I'll go ahead and hold it closer. Look at that thing. It looks really cool in the way it's built and stuff. It kind of looks like a teardrop or something, maybe. I don't know. Anyway. That's it for our show, Top Tech News. Be sure to tune in tomorrow. Give us a like. Subscribe to us on YouTube. If you don't subscribe to us on YouTube, I will haunt your dreams and your nightmares. I'll be there. I'll be there in your darkest moment, in that darkest nightmare, and I'll haunt you. So the last thought I want to leave to you is Android rules. See ya. Bye-bye.